Hello, everybody. This is Sumaira Isaacs from World Tourism Forum Institute, based out of Toronto. I want to thank Campus Party for inviting me again. I was on this forum last year, and it was really interesting. So it's very good for myself and for our industry to continue the story from last year to now, that how technology has impacted travel and tourism. So it's an absolute honor to be with this audience again. Let's take up the discussion from where we left off. Futurism, which is the future and the word tourism combined together, is a scenario that is playing out right now in our industry. We are at an ideal junction where technologies have made travel more accessible and simpler for people. And in the future, they have the potential to completely change the concept that is thought of as tourism today. Next. So, COVID is an unprecedented worldwide pandemic that has been compared to the Second World War, the Great Depression, and the 1918 Spanish flu. In terms of the impact on human behavior, it has changed many dynamics, and we are all living through it. Physical distancing, quarantine measures have been mandated in an effort to meet this mandate while trying to maintain the status quo. Various types of human behaviors, for example, shopping, learning, working, meeting, and entertaining, have shifted from offline to online, resulting in an accelerated diffusion of emerging digital technologies among ordinary people like you and me, while the digital divide further increases between citizens with versus without access to the technology. So tourism technology too has been undergoing serious changes to help the industry adjust to a very, very hectic time that we are all living through. Would you like to have someone in charge of designing the perfect trip for you? Yes, that's possible nowadays. Let me tell you about a startup that offers pretty much that. My AI is a global startup building a next generation of reverse marketplace, leveraging the best of AI and humans to solve hyper-personalization in travel. And also, they just won a few hospitality awards and challenges just because of this very unique technology. There's another one, Trusted House Sitters, just raised 10 million to expand their business in the US. This UK-based company connects travelers with plans to leave their pets behind to other travelers who will house sit both the property and the animals. At World Tourism Forum, which is leading to reshape tourism economies for the countries, we would like to address how tourism is still alive in the pandemic through the technological applications. Next, please. So, in my last presentation, I talked about space tourism and the advent of space tourism. Last year, the success of the very first privatized astronaut launch was a major milestone for the emerging commercial space travel industry. And now we have just experienced history in making when fast forward to 2021, space tourism is finally launched, and this year of 2021 will be known as the year when it kicked off in earnest. We had flights from Richard Branson's flight to Jeff Bezos, and there's another trip is scheduled for early September 2021, which was also funded by a private businessman. So all of these are huge strides. And last year we had some visibility, but not all. And look how rapidly things have moved forward. One of the reasons the successful launch of these flights is a milestone is that it marks an important moment in the handover of human space flight to the private sector. At first glance, that first flights appear to be the latest billionaire sending himself into space, but there is more to it. In some ways, the move from government to private space flight is similar to the birth of commercial airlines. During World War II, the US government supported companies like Boeing to develop large aircraft such as four-engine bombers. And then from there on, these were also used for delivering the nuclear warheads. The technology expertise was later applied to produce long-range passenger aircraft, such as the Boeing 707. Initially, just travel was expensive, but as the industry grew, ticket prices came down. The same is, of course, for the space travel. As companies like SpaceX reusable technology to make spaceflight more affordable and accessible for humans, other private firms will also jump into the arena, which perhaps will bring the pricing down. But backing all of that is huge technology. While only uber wealthy passengers and private researchers will have access to space tourism in the immediate future, the long term holds promise for ordinary citizens, because there is hope that the technology behind all of these adventures is going to fast track. Next, please. So COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in the rise of contactless economy. Whilst the contactless economy continues to evolve, businesses need to urgently devise a response in order to capture new opportunities, mitigate risk, and be prepared for the next normal. The contactless tech-empowered travel will be essential. It cannot be understated that the role of technology in travel will continue to grow in importance during 2021 and beyond. From digital vaccine passports to real-time travel notification, technology solutions will play a pivotal role in keeping the public informed and providing guidance with all travel decisions. Some examples of those are already we are living through. The EU and the Canadian digital COVID certificates and passports are fast becoming the norm. There's contactless check-ins. Imagine a guest entering the lobby via sliding door and holding their phone to a scanner. Keyless entry of eliminating room keys in environmentally friendly hospitality venues. And it's one less thing guests need to handle. Now with a press button on their phone, guests can unlock their doors. Voice command technology. A 2016 Fast Company article described Aloft's vision of voice command thermostats, light control, and TV viewing. Only 4 years later, this is a reality activated through Google Home, Alexa, giving guests the option to not only adjust the temperature, but also to order room service. Non-touch control panels. Some hospital smart elevators are outfitted with a panel you can kick with your leg to tell it which floor to visit. Robots. Expo 2020 in Dubai have robots delivering water bottles to attendees, while some hotels have adopted robots delivering towels and room service to reduce contact with staff. Technology is helping restaurant operators survive in the pandemic and beyond as well. They are restructuring their businesses to include app-based ordering, delivery, and pickup options as convenient solutions for customers. Next. So health is, of course, the primary focus because of the pandemic. The travel industry has come together working with health and medical experts to reach collective agreements on a core set of health and safety guidance, and the industry may adapt to their businesses. It's supported by various technologies, advancements, app tools, scanners. The guidance aims to provide consistency in the approach to safety employed by travel brands, and there is consistency falling in place. It's not only directly responding to COVID-19 threats we face today, it also prepares our industry to handle future threats that may arise. The guidance has been upgraded regularly to reflect the latest science-based recommendations. The countries who are going for various clean programs, the initiatives brought by Singapore to get tourists back with peace of mind. These are SG Clean certification. Then there's cruise safe certification and many similar ones in place. This is all to rebuild consumer confidence and demand for various modes of travel. Mandatory audit certification programs are being rolled out in various states, on state level, on country level, on city level. So which is it is yet remains to be seen if these certificates will carry on in the future. But for now, they are providing an essential tool, another one for travelers to encourage them to get on planes. Next. For the events industry to evolve successfully and maintain business continuity, it had to lean into technology. Events and conferences of all sizes began utilizing digital platforms that, as what we are on right now, to broadcast and remotely, and hybrid events were born. So hybrid events are hosted both in person and virtually, and are expected to be the approach well past the pandemics. Attendees who prefer to go to a live physical event have the option to attend. Those who prefer the convenience of online events or aren't able to attend in person can also participate. A hybrid approach is a collective, collaborative and solution. It combines the best of in-person and virtual solution, allowing for events to in multi-locations, both in person via video conferencing facilities. There is a lot of debate has been that our hybrid are here to stay, and as a conference organizer, I can tell you that they are absolutely here to stay, because I think they are only going to enhance the live experience, and the combination of the two is very complementary, and technology is enabling that, and it's fast improving. Next, please. So it's no secret that the airline sector has been hit and by the pandemic, with flights grounded for months on end, and thousands of jobs have been lost. However, this sector never shut the hub. It's amazing to consider how suddenly busy airports are again, even if the experience is dramatically different from 15 months ago. Yes, it's face masks and spread out lines, but also scanners and apps and seamless integration galore. And even more is coming on behind the scenes. In airline industry, bricks to clicks translates into seamless travel. When revenues were down 99%, you worried about survival. We basically stopped every investment at the company except for technology investments. These are the words of United CEO Scott Kirby, who was quoted saying that. Kirby is far from alone on the digital tarmac, because the airlines are now investing more in technology than ever before. The transformation is taking place across the industry. QR scanning, near field communication involving 5G and IoT, biometric facial recognition, and thermal scanning technologies are just a few. And similarly, for public transit agencies across the world, especially bus systems, subway systems have been hit hard by the pandemic. Some countries are harnessing the transport infrastructure, funding new technology to ensure transit systems remain safe and sustainable. Purification technologies are coming into place. Sensing devices are coming into place. Wireless sensors on city buses to monitor real-time air pollution is coming into place. North America is gearing up for growth in electrification of mass transit, with air quality targets and policies encouraging fleets to replace existing buses. It's sustainable innovations and advancements like these which are the future. We also need to better communicate what is being done to ease fears and rebuild confidence in mass transit as a safe, environmentally responsible way to commute. Next, please. So, a human-centric design that draws insight from cognitive behavior, social psychology, neuroscience, and behavioral economics, applied with cutting-edge technologies such as augmented, virtual, or mixed reality, could be a game changer. Here's how seamless may look like. A vacationer starts the experience from the time their flight commences. The plane descends to the destination runway, and pictures of the vicinity from the aircraft window pane are captured. The airport signage welcomes passengers and directs them to a pre-booked taxi. The vacationer gets to choose their first destination and travels through the streets in a chauffeur-driven car, whose interactions en route become part of their cherished memories. On arrival, a tourist guide walks you through the destination, all controlled with just a tap on your gadget. During the sightseeing, you hear random people speaking, posing for photographs, and more. You take a photo to post on social media, go shopping, negotiate with a local vendor to purchase an artwork, and get it delivered to your door. And this is all virtual platforming, which is happening right now in our tourism. People explore areas that are affected by fighting or terrorism where you cannot access. For example, imaging, seeing the diverse wildlife and snow leopard of the Gurez Valley in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir in India. It doesn't stop there. If though through one could experience traveling to the South Pole, space, and beyond, it could also serve as a learning portal for students to understand and geography, culture, art, and history. Next, please. The coronavirus has forced countless businesses to reckon with major changes, not only to their financial health, but also to day-to-day operations. COVID-19 is rapidly changing our society as a whole through ways to increase physical distance while keeping the distance between social relations and communications as close possible. Everybody wants to communicate, and one silver lining to this crisis is that it came during an age when we have technology and digital communication tools that are available today. Thankfully, many of these are making it possible for businesses to continue operating efficiently at a time when uncertainty is a new norm. Collaboration at workplace, collaboration tools like Slack, Flock, Chanty, and the like are great for keeping employees on task. They provide a central hub for all work-related communication and let you set up designated areas for different teams, tasks, or topics. And this provides that seamless experience for communications, not only at workplace, but also people, today grandmothers are using some of these tools to communicate with their grandchildren who are living halfway across the world. And this is becoming as normal as it can be. The less tech savvy may become increasingly disconnected from society, as they now have less access to sources of support for establishing new ways of communication. So that's the downside of the tech that we have. But the technology is evolving, and hopefully, it evolves to and gets more inclusive. In conclusion, next slide, please. So, in conclusion, as we look into the crystal ball for travel in the later half of 2021, we know that people are likely to be cautious. Whether it's more tailored products, greater digital parity with analog services, or faster turnaround, customer expectations of what great customer experience looks like have shifted significantly. COVID-19 has accelerated these trends, leaving the travel ecosystem in a game of catch-up. In this changing landscape, travel companies and technology advancement can gain loyalty, build resilience, and future-proof their business. Those who stay engaged with customers now and reassure their safety through high tech will reap the rewards when those customers choose to travel again. The future of travel will include reassurances in many ways. Just as 9/11 changed travel, the pandemic will have travelers more aware of what the future needs to look like. Reassurance is a continuous theme in 2021. Reassurance of where you can travel, that you will be safe wherever you opt to go with technology as our dashboard. The world is ready to embark again. Thank you very much.